So pre-qualified, the reason I say pre-qualified and not pre-approved is that when you're shopping lenders, you don't want that many credit checks being run against you. So once you fill out your pre-qualification, that's going to give you an idea of roughly, very rough, of what your budget is. Okay, so then you have that. Then you think, what's my down payment going to be? How much can I save? How much am I willing to put down? And then think about this. Closing costs generally are subtracted from your down payment. So make sure you're adding that in as well. Because if you think, oh, well, I'm putting this down, but then, these fees are getting taken out, it's not really that amount. Okay, and last bit on closing costs. Not only should you be checking with your lender about their fees and rough estimates about what your closing is going to be, you should also be searching and kind of shopping around for a title company because they have different fees as well. And that can make a big impact on your overall bottom line. So those are the three main things. Of course, moving fees, and if you suddenly need to do renovations on your place like immediately or stuff like that, deposits back from rentals, anything extra, of course, budget in. But those are the main three things that you need to be thinking about when you're settling and deciding on your budget. I hope this helps. Oh, and just a side note, a lot of my first-time buyers are always like, hey, what about your fees? Is that subtracting from my closing costs? Well, generally speaking, realtor fees are subtracted from the actual loan, which means it's coming out of the seller side. So it's not something that you...
What you want, baby, I got.
When making your list, try to only look at homes that are within your budget. That way your expectations stay right on track. If you see properties that you absolutely love within budget, bring them with you when you go to talk to your realtor so they can really see what it is that you are looking for. So I know you're thinking, oh, well, we've sat down, we've talked about it. Obviously, the next thing is to go look at houses, right? You can. But personally, I think the next step is the way to go. Preferably do it in the same meeting, so then you can go look at the houses. The housing market right now is like a Black Friday mall free-for-all where you're wrestling with some crazy lady over the last pair of boots. You better have your wallet ready. These contracts, you need to have them filled out beforehand. If you don't, you're going to be filling them out at the last second, wasting precious time when a seller could be reviewing your offer that you had already in. The market is hot. You need to go ahead and take a relaxing moment with your agent when you're not looking at homes to go through all of these contracts so you have the time, comfort, and guidance that you get from a more personal, slower experience as opposed to, oh my God, let's just sign, we gotta get this offer in. Agreements, aka offers. Whoa. It's the big one, guys. It's really important. Kind of go over it beforehand so your agent knows what it's going to look like. Same reason as the contracts. You want it fast because the quicker you get it in, hopefully the quicker you get a response. When we go under contract together, there's certain responsibilities that are owed to each party. I'm going to follow your instruction loyally and to the best letter of the law, and you're committing to using me as your agent for, as long as the contract goes or until we close. It brings a little bit of relief to both parties. Of course, we'd all like a handshake deal, but whatever uses the mind, am I right? So no matter what kind of home you're looking for, the possibilities are endless. In today's market, however, when you go to start looking at homes, be ready to have that contract in immediately. Make sure you schedule enough time that if you see something you want, you have the chance to snap it up like that. A few follow-up tips when looking at homes, especially when they're a little bit older, make sure you bring a coat hanger with you so you can make sure your clothes can actually fit in the closet. You'd be surprised about how older closets don't actually fit it in there. I've run into a few of those. Check your water pressure. If you like your water a certain way, it's good to know. And just a few other tips. Maybe I'll do a separate video. Step 5, strategies and mindsets. So if you saw my post earlier, you'll notice that I have a new podcast out called Creative Contracts, which is essentially kind of talking about some strategies that are being used today in the home buying process. And they are absolutely insane. So keep an open mind and be flexible when putting it out. If you happen to have some crazy things you put into an offer, would love to hear it. And then in terms of mindset, of course, this is the biggest purchase of your life. You're going to feel, a plethora of emotions all at the same time. The important thing is to try and, just take some deep breaths. So while you're taking those deep breaths, it's important to think, hey, I need to be realistic about what I can afford, what I want, what I need. And, if it's not an option right now, you can wait it out, or you can settle for something that isn't just right. That's a personal decision you need to make, but no matter what you do, don't rush. Take 5 seconds to breathe and allow yourself to make a calm decision. Rushing into anything is never a good idea, especially, with the biggest purchase of your life that you literally spend every day in. So you may feel that, I gotta get it. Take a breath, count to 5, and then go from there. It'll be okay. You've got this. You're gonna end up in a fabulous home. So you've put in a winning contract. You've managed to outbid everybody else with terms that are agreeable or whatever it took. And you've made it through the first 5 steps of getting your foot in the door for a first-time home buyer.